she yelled. "You're not my dad. Stop telling me how to spend my money while spending mine." I looked at my roommate Natalie and said, "You're right. Pack your stuff." Natalie moved in 6 months ago when she lost her marketing job. I felt bad. She was sleeping in her Honda Civic in February. Snow everywhere. Temperatures below freezing. So I let her crash on my couch temporarily. Temporarily became permanent. First month, she was job hunting, sending resumes, going to interviews. I covered groceries and utilities while she figured things out. Month 2, the job hunting slowed. The market's tough right now, Brandon. Month 3, she started treating my place like her personal hotel, leaving dishes everywhere, having loud phone calls at midnight, bringing guys over without asking. But the real kicker, last month, I found her Venmo by accident. She'd been charging her friends $20 each to hang out at her place. My place. 8 people came for her birthday. That's $160 she pocketed for hosting in my apartment while I paid rent, electricity, water, and bought all the food. She was profiting off my generosity. The transaction history showed house party at Jess's, $20 per person, 6 times over 2 months. She'd made over $800 charging people to party in my living room while I struggled to cover our living costs. Yesterday, I confronted her, showed her the screenshots. "Natalie, what is this?" She barely looked up from her phone. "What's what? You're charging people money to hang out in my apartment? It's just a small fee to cover snacks. I bought the snacks with my money." That's when she got defensive. "Look, Brandon, I'm doing my best. The job market is horrible. This isn't about jobs. This is about you making money off my apartment while I pay all the bills." God, you sound like my father. "I'm not your father, Natalie. I'm your friend who's been supporting you while you charge admission to my living room." She stood up, face red. "You're being ridiculous. It's just a few dollars. You make good money. You can afford it. That's not the point." "Then what is the point? You want to control everything I do? You're not my dad. Stop telling me how to spend my money while spending mine." The audacity was breathtaking. "My money? Natalie? You don't have any money. You've been living off mine for 6 months. Whatever. I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions about my finances." "You're absolutely right," I said, walking to my bedroom. I grabbed her spare key and called the locksmith. "What are you doing?" she asked, suddenly nervous. "Giving you exactly what you want. Complete financial independence." "Brandon, wait. I didn't mean it like that." "No, you were very clear. You can handle your own finances starting now." The locksmith said he could be there in an hour. Natalie tried to backtrack. Maybe I was harsh. "We can work something out." "With what? You just told me you make your own financial decisions." "I'll pay you back." "With what money?" "The $20 door fees." "Where am I supposed to go?" "Call one of your customers. I'm sure they'd love to have you over for $20. The locksmith arrived on time. Professional guy. Didn't ask questions. Changed the locks while Natalie stood there with 2 garbage bags. "Brandon, please. I was wrong about the money thing. Can we talk?" "We did talk. You made it clear you're an adult who handles her own money. Congratulations on your independence. But I don't have anywhere to go." "That sounds like an adult problem." Her supportive friends from yesterday, the ones who loved partying at Jess's place, none offered their couch when she called desperately. Turns out $20 doesn't buy loyalty. She spent that night back in her Honda Civic in the parking lot. Next morning, 6 a.m., sharp, knocking on my door. Persistent, desperate knocking. Natalie stood there holding gas station coffee, looking like she hadn't slept. "Brandon, I'm sorry. I was completely wrong. Can we talk like adults? You'll need to speak with your landlord about housing arrangements." "You are my landlord." Was. Past tense. "You're an independent adult now." She stared at me, then started crying. Real tears this time. "You don't understand. I wasn't hiding from job loss. I was hiding from him." "From who?" "My ex. He's been looking for me for 8 months. My phone buzzed. "Unknown number. Is Natalie there?" a man's voice asked. "Who is this?" "Someone who's been watching your apartment for 6 weeks, waiting for her to come back outside." I looked at the parking lot. A black truck idled near the entrance, and now she has to. I hung up immediately, staring at the black truck through my window. The engine was running, exhaust visible in the cold morning air like a dragon waiting. Natalie stood there on my doorstep, mascara running down her cheeks in dark streaks, shivering in yesterday's clothes that looked like she'd slept in them, which, I guess, she had. In her car. "Brandon, please," she said, her voice cracking. "That's him. That's Tony." I didn't move to let her in, just stood there in my doorway, coffee in hand, watching her fall apart. Part of me, honestly, was enjoying this. After 6 months of her BS, seeing her actually face consequences felt kinda good. "Your ex?" I asked, keeping my voice flat. "Not my ex," she whispered, looking over her shoulder at the truck. Her whole body was trembling now. "The guy I owe money to." "Right. The guy you've been hiding from." I took a sip of my coffee, still hot. I'd just made it when she knocked. "The one you conveniently forgot to mention for half a year." I was going to tell you. When? When he showed up to break my windows? When he followed me to work? You used my apartment as a hiding spot and didn't think to mention there was an actual dangerous person looking for you? My phone rang again. Same number, I answered, putting it on speaker so Natalie could hear. You seem like a smart guy, Brandon, the voice said. Deep, calm, almost friendly. The kind of voice that made you more nervous than if he was yelling. I'm not here to cause problems. I just need to talk to Natalie about a financial matter. How do you know my name? I know a lot of things. I know you work at the tech firm downtown. Computech Solutions, right? 4th floor, corner cubicle by the window. I know you leave for work at 7:45 every morning. Well, 7:43 on Tuesdays for some reason. I know you've been very kind to Natalie, letting her stay with you all this time. Free rent, free food. That's real generous of you, man. My blood went cold. This guy had been watching me, for weeks apparently, maybe months. I looked at Natalie and she had gone pale, like actually pale. Her lips were turning blue from the cold and the fear. What do you want? I asked. Like I said, just need to talk to her. Send her down and we'll have a nice conversation in my truck. 5 minutes, that's all. We're all adults here. We can work something out. I looked at Natalie. She was shaking her head frantically, mouthing please over and over. Her hands were clasped together like she was praying. Maybe she was. She's not here, I lied. Tony laughed. Not a fake laugh either. A real one, like I'd actually amused him. Brandon, I literally watched her knock on your door 30 seconds ago. She's wearing the same black jacket she wore yesterday, carrying that brown purse with the broken strap. Don't insult my intelligence. I felt my jaw clench. She's not my problem anymore. We're not friends. She doesn't live here. Whatever debt she owes you has nothing to do with me. See, that's where you're wrong, Tony said, and his voice got harder. The friendly tone disappeared like a switch flipped. You made it your problem when you let her hide in your apartment for 6 months. You think I didn't know she was there? I knew, Brandon. I knew the whole time. I was being patient, waiting for the right moment, waiting for her to feel safe, and now here we are. Then take it up with her. I started to hang up. Brandon, he said quickly, and I heard something in his voice that made me pause. Urgency. I'm a reasonable man. Really, I am. Ask anyone who knows me. I don't like drama, don't like violence, don't like making things complicated. But I need that money. And if Natalie doesn't have it, well, I know you do. You've got a nice job, nice apartment, new car. You can afford to help your friend out of this situation. Not a chance. Think about it. $8,000 and this all goes away. Poof, like magic. You'll never hear from me again. Natalie can go about her life. You can go about yours. Everyone's happy. Or, and he paused here, letting it hang. You can send her out here and we'll figure something else out. Something that doesn't involve your money. Your choice. He hung up before I could respond. Natalie grabbed my arm, her fingers digging in. Brandon, please don't send me out there. Please. I'm begging you. He'll hurt me. He's done it before to other people. I've heard stories. Please. I pulled away from her. Done it before? Jesus, Natalie, who the hell did you borrow money from? This isn't some credit card company. This is an actual criminal. I know, okay? I messed up so bad, but I didn't know who else to go to. Banks wouldn't give me a loan, credit cards were maxed out, and Tony seemed nice at first. He really did. He said it was just a business transaction. No big deal. $8,000 is not no big deal. The original loan was $5,000, she said quietly. What? He lent me $5,000. The interest brought it to $8,000, and it keeps going up every week. I don't pay. I stared at her. How long have you owed him? 11 months. 11 months? Natalie, what the actual? I stopped myself, took a breath. Getting angry wasn't going to help. Well, it would help me feel better, but it wouldn't solve anything. What did you even need $5,000 for? She didn't answer at first, just stood there shivering, looking at her feet. Natalie, I wanted to start a business, she said finally. An online boutique, selling vintage clothes, accessories, stuff like that. I had it all planned out. Website design, inventory, marketing budget. I thought I could flip it, make it big, pay Tony back in like 3 months and still have profit. And let me guess, it didn't work out. I never even launched it. Her voice was barely a whisper now. I spent $2,000 on inventory from this supplier who turned out to be a scam. Just sent me a bunch of fake designer bags and knockoff jewelry. Couldn't sell any of it. The website cost me another $1,000 to set up. And then I thought I could make the money back faster, a different way. Gambling. She nodded, tears streaming down her face now. There's this poker room downtown, private games, high stakes. I went once with a friend and I won like $600 in an hour. It seemed so easy. So I went back, and I kept going back, and I kept losing. The more I lost, the more I thought I needed to win to make it all back. And then I was borrowing from other people to keep playing. And then I owed more people more money. And it just spiraled. Yeah, I looked at her, really looked at her. And for the first time in months, I saw how far she'd fallen. She wasn't the confident, put-together girl who'd moved in 6 months ago. She was broken, desperate, scared, and she dragged me into her mess without asking. Natalie grabbed my arm. "Brandon, I'm so sorry. I never meant for this to happen. I thought he wouldn't find me here. You thought you could hide behind me while you figured out your mess," I said, pulling away from her. "How much do you really owe him?" $8,000, she admitted, barely audible. "For what?" She hesitated, then said, "A business loan. I was going to start an online boutique. It didn't work out." "So you've been living rent-free in my apartment while owing someone $8,000? I was going to pay him back. That's why I needed the party money. Every dollar counts." "You made $800 from my apartment and you still owe $8,000? She didn't answer. "Natalie, where did the money actually go?" More silence. "Tell me the truth or I'm opening this door and letting you deal with Tony yourself." "I lost it," she finally said. "Gambling. I thought I could double it, pay him back faster, but I kept losing. Then I owed more. Then I borrowed from other people to pay those people back. It spiraled." I laughed. Actually laughed. "So you're telling me that guy down there wants his money? You gambled it all away, and you've been charging my friends $20 to drink my beer in my living room to slowly pay back $8,000? It was a stupid plan, I know, but I didn't know what else to do." My phone rang again. Tony. I put it on speaker. "Time's up, Brandon. What's it gonna be?" I looked at Natalie. She was pathetic, really. 6 months of lies, manipulation, using my kindness as a shield. Part of me wanted to just push her out the door and lock it behind her, let her face the consequences of her choices. But another part of me, the part that was coldly calculating the situation, saw an opportunity. "I'll make you a deal," I said into the phone. "I'm listening. Natalie will pay you back, every cent, but she needs time. I've given her 8 months. She'll get a job, a real one, and she'll pay you $500 a week until it's settled. 16 weeks. Why should I trust that? Because I'll guarantee it. If she misses a payment, I'll cover it." Natalie's eyes went wide. "Now why would you do that, Brandon?" Tony asked, sounding amused. "Because I'm a nice guy," I said, looking directly at Natalie. "And I believe in helping people who are trying to help themselves. Right, Natalie?" She nodded desperately. "Fine," Tony said. "First payment is due Friday. That's 3 days from now. Tell her if she's even an hour late, we're going to have a different kind of conversation." He hung up. Natalie threw her arms around me. "Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brandon. I swear I'll get a job this week. I'll work doubles. I'll do whatever it takes." I didn't hug her back. "Get your hands off me." She stepped back, confused. "Here's what's going to happen," I said. "You're going to sign a contract. A real, legal contract stating that you owe me $10,000. But I only owe Tony $8,000. Interest. For me guaranteeing your debt to a loan shark. For 6 months of rent. For the utilities, food, and general disrespect. $10,000, Natalie. And until it's paid, you work for me." "Work for you?" "I need an assistant. Someone to clean my apartment, do my laundry, cook my meals. You'll do whatever I ask, when I ask. No complaints. And you'll pay me back 50% of every dollar you earn until the debt is clear." "Brandon, that's not fair. How am I supposed to pay Tony if I'm paying you too? You should have thought about that before you charged people money to party in my apartment." I walked to my desk, pulled out a blank contract template I'd downloaded months ago for a freelance project. "You have 2 choices. Sign this, or I call Tony back and tell him the deal's off." She stared at the paper. "This is crazy. You're being crazy." "I'm being smart." "You're a liar, Natalie. You've lied about everything since you moved in. The only way I'm helping you is if I have legal protection. So sign it or leave." Her hands shook as she picked up the pen. She read through it quickly, and I knew she wasn't really processing the words. She was desperate. "Desperate people don't read contracts carefully," she signed. "Good," I said, taking the paper. "Now get out. You have 3 days to find a job and come up with $500. I suggest you start looking now. Where am I supposed to sleep? Your car, a shelter, a friend's place. Not my concern anymore." "But Tony's still out there." "Then I suggest you stay out of sight. Friday, 5 p.m. First payment. Don't be late." I closed the door in her face and watched through the peephole as she stumbled down the hallway, pulling out her phone, probably calling every contact she had, begging for a couch to crash on. The black truck was gone from the parking lot. I sat down at my kitchen table and read through the contract she'd just signed. It was airtight. She legally owed me $10,000, plus she'd agreed to perform tasks as assigned until the debt was satisfied. I'd included a clause about early termination if she missed any payment to Tony or me, and another clause about additional fees for emotional distress and property damage, which was intentionally vague. She hadn't noticed that part. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Smart move. She better not miss Friday. Tony." I texted back. "She won't." But honestly, I didn't care if she did. 3 days later, Friday afternoon at 4:30 p.m., my doorbell rang. Natalie stood there with an envelope, looking exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes, hair pulled back in a messy bun, wearing what looked like a restaurant uniform. "I got a job," she said. "Bartending at Murphy's downtown. Here's the $500 for Tony." I took the envelope and counted it. $500 in 20s and 10s. "Where's my payment?" "Brandon, I just started yesterday. I don't get paid until next week, but I will, I promise. The contract says you pay me 50% of your earnings. Not 50% after you pay Tony, 50% total." "But then how do I pay Tony?" "Sounds like you need to work more hours." She looked like she might cry, but I didn't care. "I'm working doubles already. I can't physically work more than I am. Then work smarter. You used to charge people $20 to hang out here, right? I'm sure you can figure something out." I closed the door, took the envelope, and drove to the address Tony had texted me. It was a commercial garage on the east side of town, roll-up doors all closed except one. I pulled in. Tony was exactly what I'd expected. Late 40s, thick build, expensive watch, cold eyes. Two guys stood behind him, arms crossed. "You must be Brandon," he said, not offering to shake hands. I handed him the envelope. He counted it slowly, then nodded. 15 more weeks of this and we're square." "Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that," I said. He raised an eyebrow. "What if I paid you $4,000 right now, and you did me a favor?" "What kind of favor?" "Natalie needs to learn a lesson, a real one. She's been lying and manipulating people for months, maybe years. She used me, she used you, she probably used a dozen other people." Tony smiled slightly. "I'm listening. I want you to keep scaring her. Show up at her work randomly. Send her threatening texts. Make her think you're going to do something bad if she misses a payment. I'll keep paying you on time, but she doesn't need to know that. As far as she knows, she's barely staying ahead of you. You want me to terrorize your friend for fun? She's not my friend, and it's not for fun, it's for education." Tony laughed. "You're cold, Brandon. I like that." He held out his hand. $4,000 now? $4,000 at the end of the month. Deal." We shook. That night, Natalie texted me. "Did you give Tony the money?" "Yeah, he's satisfied for now. Thank God." I was so scared. "You should be. He's not playing around." Over the next 2 weeks, I made Natalie's life systematically miserable. The contract gave me complete control, and I used every bit of it. I texted her at 6 a.m. on her day off, telling her to come clean my apartment. She showed up exhausted, still in pajamas, and spent 4 hours scrubbing floors, doing dishes, organizing my closet. When she was done, I handed her a list of groceries to buy and meals to prep for the week. "Brandon, I have to work a double shift tonight. I'm exhausted. Should have thought about that before you stole from me." "I didn't steal from you." I pulled out my phone, showed her the Venmo screenshots again. "You made money off my apartment without asking. In my book, that's stealing. Now go to the store." She went. When she came back with the groceries, I made her cook dinner while I had friends over for a gaming session. She brought us plates of food, refilled drinks, cleaned up after us like a servant. My friend Jake pulled me aside. "Dude, what's going on with Natalie? Why is she acting like your maid? She owes me money. This is how she's paying it back. This seems kind of messed up. You were at her birthday party. You paid her $20 to drink my beer. You tell me what's messed up." He didn't say anything else. Meanwhile, Tony was doing his part beautifully. He showed up at Murphy's bar one night, sat at the counter, and just stared at Natalie for an hour without ordering anything. She was so nervous she dropped a glass and had to pay for it out of her tips. He sent her texts at random times. "TikTok, Natalie. Hope you're saving up. I'm watching." She called me crying one night. "Brandon, I can't do this. Tony's everywhere. I see his truck outside my work. He was at the grocery store yesterday. I think he's following me." "Then don't miss a payment," I said, and hung up. The second week, I invited all the people who'd paid to attend Natalie's parties to my apartment. 12 people total, including some I'd tracked down through Venmo. I told them I was doing a documentary project about scams and needed their help. When they arrived, I had drinks ready, snacks laid out, and my laptop connected to the TV. Natalie was supposed to be working that night, but I'd texted her an hour earlier telling her to come over for an emergency contract discussion. She showed up still in her work uniform. "Brandon, I can only stay a few minutes. My shift. This will be quick. Have a seat." She looked around nervously, recognizing some of the faces. "What's going on?" "Just a little gathering. I wanted to show everyone something interesting I found." I pressed play on the video I'd compiled. It started with her Venmo history, showing all the $20 transactions labeled "party" at Jess's place. Then it cut to footage I'd secretly recorded over the past week, her counting the cash from her bag, her admitting she'd been working at the bar for 4 months while telling me she was unemployed, her crying to me about owing Tony money because of gambling. The room went silent. "Natalie here has been running a little business," I said. "She charged all of you money to hang out in my apartment, which she told me she was crashing at temporarily because she lost her job. Turns out she didn't lose her job. She's been working. She just preferred spending my money instead of hers." "Are you serious?" Jake said, looking at Natalie. She stood up. "Brandon, what the hell is wrong with you? Sit down." "No, this is insane. You can't just—" "I can do whatever I want. You signed a contract, remember? You agreed to this. Now sit down or I call Tony and tell him you're trying to skip town." She sat. I played more of the video. Her admitting she lied about the ex-boyfriend's story. Her admitting she gambled away Tony's money. Her admitting she was using me as free housing while she pocketed her bartending cash. When it ended, everyone was staring at her. So here's the thing, I said. Natalie owes each of you an apology and a refund. $20 each, right now. I don't have that kind of money on me, she said. Then Venmo it. You're good at Venmo, right? Her face was bright red. You're a psycho, Brandon. I'm a psycho? I'm not the one who charged people admission to someone else's apartment. I'm not the one who gambled away $8,000 and then hid behind lies. Pay them back. She pulled out her phone with shaking hands and sent $20 to each person in the room. $240 total. Money she needed for Tony's next payment. After everyone left, most of them muttering about how messed up the whole situation was, Natalie turned on me. I hate you, she said. You're a cruel, vindictive person. And you're a liar and a thief. Guess we're even. I'm going to break this contract. I'll go to a lawyer. This is illegal, what you're doing. Go ahead. Bring it to a lawyer. Show them the part where you signed it willingly after I saved you from Tony. Show them the Venmo history where you committed fraud against me. I'm sure that'll go great for you, she stormed out. Within an hour, the video had leaked. I don't know who recorded it on their phone, but someone had, and they'd posted it to Instagram. It spread through our friend group like wildfire. By the next morning, it had been shared to Twitter and TikTok. Natalie's comments were filled with people calling her a scammer, a liar, a user. The video was everywhere. People were tagging her work, her family, random brands she followed. She texted me, "Take it down." I didn't respond. She texted again, "Brandon, please, this is ruining my life." Good. Her boss at Murphy's called me the next day. "Hey, this is Frank from the bar. Listen, I saw this video going around about Natalie. Is it true she was stealing tips?" Stealing tips? Yeah, there's a part where she's talking about making extra money. Some people are saying she was skimming from the tip jar. I hadn't included anything about that in my video, but apparently, someone had started rumors. I wouldn't know about that, I said, but she did lie to me for 6 months, so I wouldn't put it past her. He sighed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let her go. Can't have that kind of reputation associated with the bar. Thanks for the heads up. He hung up. Natalie was fired that afternoon. She called me screaming, "You got me fired! Do you realize what you've done? You got yourself fired by being a liar. How am I supposed to pay Tony now? Not my problem. You still owe me money though. Contract says if you miss a payment, you owe triple." You're insane! I'm really not. I'm just holding you accountable for your actions, something you've apparently never experienced before. She hung up. 2 days later, I got a call from a number with an out-of-state area code. "Is this Brandon?" a woman's voice asked. "Yes, this is Patricia, Natalie's mother. I need to speak with you about what's been happening." Oh, this was going to be good. "Of course, Mrs. Mitchell. What can I do for you?" Natalie is beside herself. She's been crying for days. She lost her job, her friends won't speak to her, and apparently she owes you $10,000? That's correct, plus penalties for the missed payments since she got fired. This is ridiculous, young man. I don't know what kind of game you're playing, but my daughter made a mistake. She doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. Your daughter didn't make a mistake, Mrs. Mitchell. She made hundreds of deliberate choices to lie, steal, and manipulate. For months. She told me you two had a disagreement about rent. She charged 12 different people money to attend parties in my apartment without my knowledge or permission while I paid all her bills. She claimed to be unemployed while secretly working and gambling away her paychecks. She owes a loan shark $8,000. These aren't disagreements. These are crimes. Silence on the other end. I have everything documented. I continued. Bank statements, Venmo history, text messages, a signed contract, video evidence. If you want to hire a lawyer and try to fight this, I welcome it. Discovery is going to be very interesting. More silence. What do you want? She finally asked. I want what I'm owed. $10,000, plus the $3,000 in penalties for missed payments. $13,000 total. That's absurd. Then Natalie can pay it herself over the next several years. Oh wait, she doesn't have a job anymore. And with that video floating around, I doubt anyone's going to hire her anytime soon. I could hear her breathing, thinking, if I pay you, she said slowly, will you take down the video? I didn't post the video, Mrs. Mitchell. Someone at the gathering recorded it and shared it. It's out of my hands. But you made it. I documented the truth. If the truth is embarrassing for Natalie, perhaps she should have made better choices. You're a monster. I'm really not. I'm just someone who's tired of being used. Now, do you want to settle this debt or not? Because Tony's expecting his next payment in 3 days, and if Natalie doesn't have it, well, he's not as patient as I am. Another long silence. I'll have to talk to my husband, she said. You have until Friday at 5 p.m. After that, the penalties increase by another $1,000. She hung up. Wednesday afternoon, I received a bank transfer. $13,000 from Patricia Mitchell with the memo, full payment for Natalie's debt. I immediately forwarded $8,000 to Tony with a message. We're square. Thanks for your help. He replied, pleasure doing business with you. That girl still owes me for emotional distress, though. Tell her I'll be in touch. I didn't tell her anything. The $5,000 I kept was pure profit. Penalty fees, rent back payment, interest, emotional distress, whatever I wanted to call it. Legally, according to the contract Natalie signed, I was entitled to it. I used $2,000 to upgrade my apartment. New couch, new TV, better sound system, stuff I'd been wanting for years but couldn't justify while I was paying for 2 people to live. The other $3,000 I put toward a massive party. I rented out a rooftop venue, hired a bartender, got a DJ, and invited everyone I knew except Natalie and her former friends. The ones who'd paid the $20 were specifically excluded from the guest list. I posted about it on social media constantly. Photos of the venue, the food, the setup, freedom celebration, I called it. Celebrating being free of toxic people. It went viral in our local community. People who didn't even know the full story were commenting about it, sharing it, talking about the legendary revenge party. Natalie saw it, of course. She texted me from a new number. "You're celebrating ruining my life?" "I'm celebrating no longer being used," I replied. "I had to move back to my parents' house. I can't get a job anywhere because of that video. Everyone I know has blocked me. My own friends won't talk to me. Consequences. Please, Brandon, I'm begging you, just take down the video, or at least tell people it was staged or something. This is destroying me." I thought about it for exactly 2 seconds. "No, please, I'll do anything. I'll publicly apologize. I'll work for you for free. Anything. You don't have anything I want, Natalie. You're broke, you're unemployed, and you're a proven liar. Even if you apologized, no one would believe it was genuine. You made your bed. Sleep in it. I'm sorry, okay? I'm so sorry for everything. Sorry you got caught. No, I blocked the number. The party was incredible. 200 people showed up, most of them people I'd met through work or other social circles. The rooftop had string lights, the drinks were flowing, and the DJ was playing everything I'd requested. Around midnight, my friend Jake pulled me aside. "Dude, I saw Natalie's mom posted something on Facebook about you." "Yeah? She's calling you a sociopath. Says you manipulated her daughter and extorted money from their family." I shrugged. "Let her talk. I've got receipts for everything." "Don't you feel bad at all, though? Like, Natalie's life is pretty much over. She'll recover. People always do. Maybe she'll learn something from this. Probably not, but maybe." "That's cold, man. So is stealing from someone who's helping you. So is lying for 6 months straight. So is gambling away money you don't have and then hiding behind someone else's generosity. At least I'm honest about being cold." He didn't have a response to that. The next morning, hungover and happy, I checked my social media. The party photos had blown up. Thousands of likes, hundreds of comments, people calling it the most legendary petty revenge they'd ever seen. Natalie's mother had indeed posted about me, but it had backfired. People in the comments were sharing the original video, pointing out all the things Natalie had done, defending my actions. Patricia had ended up deleting the post after getting ratioed into oblivion. I saw one comment that stuck with me. "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes." Natalie learned an expensive lesson. That afternoon, I got a text from Tony's number. "Your friend tried to call me. Blocked her. Just thought you should know she's still trying to work angles. Thanks for the heads up. Anytime. If you ever need help teaching someone a lesson again, you know where to find me." I laughed and put my phone down. A week later, I got a certified letter at my apartment. It was from a law firm representing Natalie Mitchell, claiming harassment, defamation, and illegal contract enforcement. They wanted me to cease all contact with their client and pay damages for emotional distress. I scanned it and sent it to my own lawyer, a guy I'd used for my lease agreement when I first moved in. He called me an hour later, laughing. "This is the weakest legal threat I've ever seen. They have no grounds for any of this. The contract is airtight, you have documentation for everything, and she signed it willingly. If anything, she's the one who committed fraud. So, what do I do? Nothing. Let them waste their money filing a case they'll lose. Or, if you want to twist the knife a little more, I can send them a counter notice for frivolous legal action." Do it. He did. I never heard from Natalie or her lawyers again. 3 months later, I was at a coffee shop when I saw her. She was with her parents, looking tired and miserable. She'd gained weight, her hair was different, and she had this defeated look about her. She saw me at the same time. Our eyes met for a second. I smiled, raised my coffee cup in a mock toast, and turned away. She left immediately. That was the last time I saw her.